Stop making these time-wasting mistakes. Let's talk about 5 mistakes that most homeschool moms make, including myself. Stay to the end to catch one of the biggest mistakes that has somewhat of a plot twist: failing to plan. It can lead to inefficiency and wasted time. As the old saying goes, proper planning prevents poor performance. Most research shows that structure with flexibility, such as routines and systems and different things like that, helps to create security with our children and with ourselves as well. But maybe you don't fall into that mistake of lack of planning. Maybe your issue is the next mistake: overplanning. Being overly controlling can stifle a child's independence and hinder them from the learning process. As a recovering perfectionist myself, I understand this mistake all too well. But I've come to realize that perfectionism is rooted in control. It really has come to my attention that, at least in me, it shows a lack of faith in God. Comment down below. Do you struggle with perfectionism as well? And have you noticed the controlling nature of it? One thing that I've noticed that goes along with perfectionism and micromanaging is the lack of flexibility, which is our third mistake. Being inflexible, not adapting to your children's needs and to life circumstances can honestly be the worst waste of time ever. Mostly because it results in frustration and wasted effort. The truth is, children get sick. Washers break. Sometimes your curriculum choices don't match up. Life can throw off your homeschooling day, week, and sometimes year. But remember, homeschooling is more than just teaching. It's a whole lifestyle. So when life gets complicated, be flexible and adjust your plans as needed. One of the things that can really help with this huge mistake of not being flexible is this next mistake that we tend to make: not seeking support. There is nothing that can limit your effectiveness more, especially when it comes to time management, than not utilizing homeschooling resources and other homeschooling mamas. We try to do life alone, not realizing that, number one, it doesn't all have to be done by us. Delegation is so important. And number two, we don't have to do it alone in a vacuum. We can seek support from others and learn so much from others' mistakes and accomplishments and things that have worked for them. Community is vital for perception, for encouragement, for wisdom. My husband is a school teacher, and he constantly has to do these personal development classes or like groups and meetings where they all get together and they work as a group and they kind of like powwow and talk about different things that have worked and different things that have not worked, as well as they learn from one another and things like that. And we as homeschooling moms, we don't need to not have that support and not have that wisdom. Like, we can have that too. And it's important for us to have that. Understanding the importance of community. If you're looking for a community and you don't have any in your local area, I have a homeschooling community called Made to Homeschool. If you'd like more information about it and you'd like to try out the 7-day free trial, check out my description with the link. One of the things that we have been talking about a lot in Made to Homeschool in the burnout circle is overcommitting. There is nothing that reduces your productivity more than trying to cover too many subjects in a day or having too many activities. Juggling too much can lead to exhaustion, stress, and honestly, just not wanting to do it anymore. Now here's the plot twist. Sometimes it's the amount of tasks that we have, but sometimes it's being a slave to the curriculum or the methodology, and not being able to waver from that, even though life is saying, no, we can't be in this season right now. So you're so Charlotte Mason that the season of life is calling for you to be traditional, but because you're so committed to that methodology, if I can get that word out, you can't waver. Or vice versa. Maybe you just don't have the time or freedom to be very traditional right now, and you need to let some things go and maybe do more read alouds, but you're not able to because of the fact that you're so committed to it. Or maybe the curriculum's just too hard, but you gotta do one lesson a day. Maybe it's time to just let it go and come back to it the next day. So overcommitment can go both ways.
It's important for homeschooling mamas to find a balance that works for their family and to continuously assess and adjust their approach in order to avoid these pitfalls. Now that you understand what the common time-wasting mistakes that homeschool moms make, you might be wondering, how can I avoid making these mistakes? Well, subscribe, because next week I'm going to be talking about all the practical tips and tricks on how to avoid these mistakes. In the meantime, check out this video right here where I talk about homeschool plan failures and how to turn them into a success.